You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Twisted After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Twisted After Show.
Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on the sweater already. Mouth spaghetti.
He's nervous, but on the surface he feels calm and right.
Oh, Stephen can rap. Hello, everybody. Bing is for doing, and we're here doing another after show for ABC Family's Twisted, Season 1, Episode 4, Sleeping with the Frenemy. And here are my lovely frenemies with me. I'm Jason Ikeler, joined by...
I'm Heather Joy Smith.
I'm Lina Green. He's so mad that... Okay, no, I'm Stephen Lemieux. And
your
Frenemy
wife.
sounds like a French dish. It sounds like
Frenemies,
I thought you said something different. And I was like,
frenemies always have sleepover parties, right?
I guess.
Right? At least they do in Twisted.
yes.
So we got to talk about this. Joe and Lacey have this big sleepover party, and it happens because Lacey and Joe bump into each other outside the club or
The diner.
the cupcake diner
On the streets.
outside a club. And Lacey's mom invites Joe over for the sleepover, and we also find out that Lacey's mom is newly divorced. And she's ready for somebody to put a ring on it.
She's out in the clubs.
She's out in the
She's
club.
ready, single and ready to mingle.
Single ladies, put a ring on.
Also, when you're in high school, isn't that the most annoying thing ever when your mom invites your friends over and you're like, Mom, I'm not friends with them anymore? No. Did that happen to anybody else? No.
I'm glad it
I
didn't.
know.
My mom didn't
It's
know.
horrible.
Not really.
So Joe goes to the party, and I'm thinking she's going obviously with the intention to find out more about Archie, correct?
No, I'm thinking she's going to rekindle her relationship with Lacey. That's what it seemed like.
I think she had other intentions.
I do too. I
Really?
mean, I think that's
Yeah.
obviously in the back of her mind because that's important too. But it seems like Danny's her main priority.
I'm coming around to y'all's theory that she's into Danny. I'm now starting
After
to
the
see
sneak
that.
peek for
Yes.
next week's episode.
Yeah. I'm
It's
starting to see it.
interesting.
That was a shocked look on her face.
Well, I mean, the sleepover, it seemed like she only did it to spite Lacey at the beginning, but then she was having a good time kind of
Yeah.
with Lacey, but then she saw the boxes.
Yeah.
But I mean, even before she got there, though, I think she agreed to go to figure out what was going on with Archie. But then when you see her in the grocery store with Rico too, she's really nervous about what kind of snacks they're gonna buy. And then when she's in the house with her mom, she's nervous about what she's gonna wear. So I think she does care about Lacey. It's just not the #1 thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So at the party, we find out earlier that Regina's mom dropped off this box of Regina, the dead girl, Regina's things.
Nice clarification.
And I know, if
Okay, yeah.
you don't know, Regina's dead. And she brings it to Lacey, and Joe sees this box. And as soon as Joe knows the box is there, she's like, oh, I'm staying the night.
So I don't know if we got it before in the season, but Regina's mom, it was Regina Crane, and her mom is apparently just Miss Crane. Or what was her name? Was it Angela?
No.
Oh, I
don't think- I
was
thought
not
she
paying
just said
attention that
Miss
much.
Angie?
I think it was like Angela Crane or something like that.
Yeah, it was Angela.
Is this
Crane.
significant?
It will be later in the show, I'm
Wait, is
certain.
this
Oh,
Regina's
I
mom?
thought you already had a
This is
theory.
Regina's
I was
mom.
Yeah,
excited.
her name's Gloria.
Gloria, that's
Gloria.
right, that's right.
Oh.
Gloria. It was something angelic, religious, and something like that. I don't know. But Gloria Crane, we're introduced to her, and she's all teary-eyed about her daughter or something.
Well,
I wonder why. I mean, we're not very nice about this tonight.
Well, okay. I at first felt really bad for Gloria, but then at the end of the episode, I'm like,
no.
whoever's out there killing better get her next.
She was as nasty as Regina. Just
Yeah.
Yes,
mean.
the apple doesn't fall from the tree.
Are we sure she wasn't
apparently.
Sarita's mom? God.
Right?
I know.
God, Sarita.
Well, guys, Regina wasn't that great of a person either, remember?
Oh, we loved Regina though. That was more fun.
Yeah, we only had an episode to learn about her.
I hope we
hate her
get
yet.
like flashbacks of Regina.
Yeah.
Speaking of flashbacks, we got Danny's dad for the first time. We actually
Which
see
was
him.
interesting.
It was.
And it also kind of revealed that Danny's dad has a drinking problem. Because
Yeah.
when it flashed back to reality, oh, there goes gravity.
So mad.
Danny was like, oh, was that after Dad had 4 or 5 drinks?
Yeah, and of
So
course.
I think that's going to play something.
Do you think that's a significant? Maybe
Yeah.
he just said
Yes.
that.
It could be in something with his death.
I think so too.
You really
They
do?
mention it. He got drunk and fell off the yacht. That's what they say happened to him.
Okay.
Plus, when he's in the flashback, he's like, "Oh, I got a place for my beer and I got a place for the remote."
Yep.
And it's like that's how you can make it happy.
I never think of beer as like getting drunk for some reason. If it's not like shots, shot. Okay.
Smoking like a true alcoholic. So anyway, as the sleepover continues, which also we got to point out, very wholesome sleepover. Right?
It was.
There's nothing
they
bad
played
going
card
on.
games
They're gonna do
and
a
watched
Grease
a
sing along.
movie.
What are they gonna talk about though? It's like 4 people who don't really like each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
that
None
much.
of them really liked each other.
Yeah, it's like Phoebe's new. Lacey hated Phoebe before 2
Yeah.
episodes ago. Sarita's just a total bitch. I mean, and I don't even feel bad saying that because that's her character.
Yeah.
I'm sure the character synopsis was casting
Bitch.
total bitch to be in this ABC Family show.
No smiling.
Wait, also, how
Yeah.
funny was it when Joe was trying to talk to Lacey about her mom at first? And she's like, your mom seems like she would want to date lots of guys.
I love that little
Lots of
awkward
I mean,
moment.
to go bowling.
And then
I
was it
mean,
Phoebe that's like, did you just call her mom a slut?
Yeah, Lacey
yeah.
just shrugged it off like, oh.
I don't know about you guys, but I was actually really shocked to see Phoebe even there. I wasn't expecting her to be
I
there.
wasn't either.
I thought it was going to be a few other girls that we hadn't even met yet.
I told you she was going to replace Regina. She's going to be
And
the
she
new
has.
And she has.
girlfriend of them. I like it.
Maybe she can replace Regina for Miss Crane, so she'll stop being so mean.
That's
Maybe Sarita
So,
should just go and Phoebe will.
Joe wakes up in the sleepover party to like go through the box, and then Lacey wakes up at the same time. So she's like, "Oh, you were getting those snacks, right? Bring over the whole bowl."
It was like candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn.
Who eats candy corn?
I know, but then they have this whole heart to heart.
I thought that too. Like it seems so.
I don't even think it was Halloween.
No, it's probably because if they have to have a bowl full of candy, they don't. That way, they don't have to show the wrappers, so they don't have to get branding rights.
I understand.
It's all for production.
But even at the grocery store, they're walking through the candy aisle.
Like-
oh, a whole shelf of candy corn. Okay. This
I'll
is
take
so
that.
inconspicuously placed. I have
Maybe
maybe it'll
maybe
work.
the candy corn means something.
No, guy, you'll find meaning in everything.
You never
Maybe
know.
Danny killed his aunt because she was choking on candy.
That's how she really died. Oh my
That
god.
sounds theory.
So they have this heart to heart, which is kind of cool to see them back together to how they used to be, and they end up like throwing the candy corn at that girl. And
She's
it's kind of
snoring.
this, I know, but it's kind of this cool moment because I don't know. I really like them as friends.
Yeah,
I do too.
it's nice to see them get
From
along.
from a filmmaker's standpoint in this scene, the snoring was so ADR'd. If you know what that means, it was
Yeah.
put in
Yeah.
after that. It was just cracking me up just to hear the snoring because you can see her; she's like barely moving, and you just hear, and you're just like a little bit exaggerated.
That was the point, to make an
know.
exaggerated snore.
Way to psychoanalyze.
No.
So then Lacey falls back asleep, and Joe finally opens up the box of DVDs, or the box, and finds the DVD, the little soccer DVD that we find out Archie made. And so now we think that
Regina
Archie-
made it
For
for
Oh,
Archie.
Regina made it for Archie. And it's got like Archie puts it in the computer, which, first of all, if you're stealing a DVD, take that home before you watch
Why?
it.
Yeah, what was the point of watching it if you're going to steal it?
Because she's not the smartest person.
Clearly.
Right in front of everybody,
I know.
like everybody's asleep.
But so on the DVD, it's like all these like Archie pictures with like
Him playing soccer.
him playing suckers and hearts.
Incredible.
He's amazing.
And so Joe decides to steal it, and Phoebe sees her put it in her purse.
Sarita.
Sarita. I don't know any of their names. They don't matter.
What's her face with the
What's her
mean face?
Exactly. Sees her put it in the purse, which is kind of just like, oh, I thought she got away with it.
It's just Sarita's face never changes. It's like I'm suspicious of this person. I don't like this person.
Nobody
Same
can see
face.
You
I
just
know.
saved my life.
For everybody listening,
I am making the
Steven's
same
making
face
the same face
every
over
single
and
time.
over.
Like when she broke the news to Lacey when she was going to tell her, she was like, I didn't want to tell you. Her face just stays the same. Like, show some emotion.
Yeah.
You're finna tell your best friend that her best friend is sleeping with her boyfriend. Come on.
So yeah, she
I didn't
calls
want
her
to tell
out.
you, but she was doing this, and it was behind your back, but you were happy, so, whatever.
So she calls her out at the soccer game, and she's like, because Lacey's like, you hated Joel a little less after all of that last night, and she's like, I don't want to tell you, but she stole the DVD. So then Lacey gets a little cray, and I thought she would just hold this in as like a secret that she would have over Joe. She goes right up to Joe and confronts her, and is like, hey, why'd you take the DVD?
She's ballsy. I
Yeah.
knew she was going to say something to her about it. But I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, I would want to know what's on it. Like, what's on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Joe kind of had a good explanation when she was
Yeah.
telling her. And if I was Lacey, I would have been like, hey, let me check out what's going on with Archie, because
Yeah.
clearly you can't trust anyone around you if your best friend just died.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't be stealing my junk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, my dead friend, my best friend
See,
who's dead.
how I actually thought it was going to play out is that they have this heart-to-heart, and then Joe helps Lacey go through the box, because she's like her friend that's been there. And that's when they found the things. I didn't think Joe was actually going to snoop around.
And then they light Sarita on fire.
She was
Yeah.
staring at the box the whole time.
Seriously.
During,
Yeah.
That was overkill, like,
obvious.
staring.
I want that. So then Joe ends up giving Lacey back the DVD, and that's when she explains the whole, I think Archie's cheating on you. And Lacey's very quick to forgive Archie,
Yeah, too quick.
right?
Too quick.
But
yeah.
she kind of had a little.
Wait, and do we know if she watched the DVD yet?
Not yet.
I don't think so.
I think when she watches it, then she's going to be more suspicious.
But even then, I mean, honestly, because now we know about Archie going to the other coach and things like that, she won't have anything because maybe
yeah, she
Regina
will, though,
had a
because
crush.
even if you're going to the other coach, why would you put hearts all over it? And like
that
little,
not
like,
appropriate?
You don't send a slideshow when you're trying to make the new team.
I think that
even-
story doesn't really line up all
Yeah.
the way.
But what I'm saying is Archie didn't tell her to put hearts all over it. She put hearts all over it on her own.
Yeah, but she's not going to do that for no reason.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
not.
Well, but even it's not. I'm just saying that maybe Regina liked Archie, but he wasn't reciprocating. You can't prove that he was actually cheating on Lacey.
But that's still going to put something in Lacey's mind.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. But
Oh, twisted.
I know. So we'll find out what happens with that story. So the other big plot that was going on today was Danny and the soccer team. So Danny starts out and he's really nervous about soccer, and his mom kind of gives him the "you got this."
Well, and even with the flashback with his dad, it brings
He
back
likes
to soccer.
soccer.
Like, oh, we got 2 soccer games on, beer and remote. That's all I need. Like, there you go.
Soccer and beer.
it's
So
convenient.
Danny goes to soccer practice and he's really good. Surprise, surprise, which we
Surprise.
already kind of knew.
He gets paired
And
up with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
that guy
guy
looked
looks like
nothing like Tom Cruise.
He looked just like him.
Great turtleneck
Also,
Tom Cruise.
let's talk about Danny more importantly with his hair pushed back.
And a bun.
Yeah, because I thought that was hot. Anyone else?
I always think it's hot.
Okay.
I'll pass
Steven?
on the look.
No? Okay. So Danny scores a goal in practice, and we find out that he's going to be in the starting lineup, and then Archie's pissed because he's like, you're going to let him be in the starting lineup after 1 game?
Well, it was more that he was pushing someone out who's been there the whole time. And
But if you're better, isn't that what sports are all about?
That is what
I'm not
And
the
he
wrong
was
person to
clearly
ask.
better.
I like the coach. He was like, "Who's the coach?
I know.
I'm the coach.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Say that again.
My
I'm the
decision,
coach.
not yours.
well, like Tom Cruise already kind of likes him. I'm gonna keep calling him Com Twos until we get a
You're
name.
going to keep
that-
talking.
Do we know that guy's real name?
He said, I'm going to keep calling him Com
I'm
Twos.
gonna keep calling him Tom Cruise.
What was his brand? No, it wasn't.
I don't think we got that guy.
Did not get his
they
name?
said the name of the other guy who was
Oh,
talking about
who
the
was
alibi,
pushing
but
up.
they never said the name of the guy who actually likes Danny. And there's a great picture on the internet right now where it says there's no I in team, and then somebody highlights it in the A, and it's like, yeah, there is. It's in the A hole. It's completely reminded me
Wait.
of
What?
I didn't get
Oh my
that.
gosh,
get it.
I got it.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
if you take an A and you highlight in the center and the hole, it says an I. So there's the I in team. This is what reminded me of Archie, because during the game,
I got nothing.
people online will see it.
We'll explain to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, when Archie playing the game just completely tramples over any strategy, anything that they were talking about, because he gives Danny tips on how to beat them with their weaknesses, and he just plays to their weaknesses and
Yeah.
loses the game for them.
Well, I think for a moment, they were kind of on the same team and working together. And then when him and Danny went to fist pump or whatever, he made eye contact with
With
Lacey,
Lacey. Yeah.
and that kind of
Bad idea.
reset the whole.
I'm
game.
screaming, don't look at Lacey. And here go Lacey. Look at how cute it is.
Don't look at her. So before the game even happens, Danny and Rico are at the diner, and it's just
mandate.
it's like
Can we
it's like
just
such
say-
a mandate.
Awkward.
So awkward, but
was
so
cute.
funny. I hope Rico turns gay or something. But he was trying to like fist pump him, and that was so funny. He's
was
like, I've
showing
never
him.
been fist pumped before.
Fist pump Jason.
He's such the cute geek in this.
He totally has
Yes.
no clue how to be like the cool guy or anything like
At
that,
all.
or even how to socialize with anyone other than Joe.
But he was afraid to like be alone with Danny at first.
He was.
Like,
It was kind of cute.
Is it because he thinks he's cool or because he
I think
thinks he's a
it's
murderer?
cool/murderer.
Yeah, I think it's a little of both.
What a combination.
I know.
It's so sexy and
What a-
dangerous.
Exactly.
Turn on.
So moving on.
But I gotta mention before we did get the soccer game, we did have Lacey becoming a little bit suspicious of Archie when he was talking about, oh, we're all gonna go out tonight and blow off some steam, and she's like, well, wait, aren't you gonna be asleep at home because you always sleep before the big game? And he's like, that was an away game. Like he
Yeah.
was being suspicious in the beginning.
Which is all revealed at the end of the game.
But do you think that alibi really holds, though?
I still don't believe it.
I don't
I don't
believe
think
that.
I think maybe that's partially true, but I think the hearts on the DVD say it all.
There we go. There's the I in team. It's in the A-hole.
Thank you,
Yay.
Marissa.
Yes,
You
Marissa, you're awesome.
When you said a-hole, I was thinking something else. So, not my fault.
And then your next comment was, I hope Rico's gay. Damn it, Jason. Let's move on.
Okay.
So then the rest of the team shows up at the diner, and Rico's kind of just like, oh, they go over and talk, and Rico's like, fist bump.
They just leave
Nobody
him
does.
hanging.
So then Tom Cruise invites Danny to
Y'all
sit
have
down
to
with
get his
them.
name, please.
If he comes back in another episode, we'll learn it.
Okay.
But as of now, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, so Tom Cruise invites Iceman to sit at the table.
So he invites him to sit there, and then Archie is pissed. So,
Yeah, everyone's at the
which
table
I
like,
think
is like,
Danny is
what?
like a good guy too, because he realizes this is a team and he doesn't want to break it up. So he's like, no, I'm good. Like, don't worry about it.
Is Danny trying to be Archie's friend or just trying to get close to see what happened? Because it seems like he goes back and
I
forth.
think it's a
with
little bit
trying
of everything, because I think he hasn't had a social life, just in jail, which we all know what happens there. And
We don't, because none of us have been to
we
jail.
haven't been to jail.
Well, he's
sorry.
manipulating
Yeah.
Archie.
dropping the soap I was talking about. So he hasn't had a healthy relationship.
I think the ironic thing in this show is that everybody makes fun of Danny or teases him about being a sociopath
Yeah.
as a murderer or a murdering sociopath, when in reality he's really probably just a sociopath because he knows how to manipulate people, and that's what he's doing with Archie right now,
But
segregating him away from the team.
See, I don't think he's trying to manipulate Archie. I think he's A, trying to figure out if he killed Regina, but B, I think he sort of wants to be his friend, because I think he's still a kid in high school and he wants to fit in, and I think that's part of why he's kind of enjoying these moments with him, it seems.
Can I point out the strange little smile he does at the end? Like, it's like this trick. I don't know if he's playing up the sociopath thing or what's going on
I think
with
it's
that.
the way they're editing it, because they still want you to be a little like
Suspicious
hesitant.
of him.
Yeah. Like, is he here, isn't he?
I don't know. I'm starting to think he is.
Really?
But I don't
Oh.
care.
It makes me think of a certain title of a certain TV show.
Pretty Little Liars.
There's your one.
We got one more left.
Oh, you better save it till the
So,
end.
after the soccer game comes and Archie makes him lose because he won't share the
He's
ball.
hogging a ball.
Ball hog. So then they're in the locker room and Danny kind of calls him out. And then at the same time calls him out about, he's like, well, where were you the night of
Right on.
Regina's party?
Right on. I'm so
Which I
He
proud
just
of
went
him.
expecting.
straight for it.
I know. And we find out that Archie was trying to be on the competing, was it
Another
a
high school
competing
team.
Yeah.
high school team.
Because they go
And-
to the championships every
And so
year.
then the whole team hates Archie,
Yay!
which he deserves because he's
It
not.
has a happy ending.
He is not a
Danny
good
loves
guy.
it.
I love how his best friend just like throws him. He's like, just tell him, okay? he looks
Yeah,
at
but
him.
if you're like on the team and like somebody, I don't know. I feel like they all have a
This
reason
is
to
almost
hate
like
him.
somebody going from the Lakers to the Miami.
Didn't that happen?
Is that?
I only know about Lamar Odom. Is that who we're talking about?
No.
No, but yes,
And that's
it,
just
it
from the
did happen.
Kardashians.
You mean Mr. Kardashian?
Okay.
Anyways, before we talk about this brunch that happened, we want to remind you guys to go to cerealbuddies.com.
Do it.
And there are links to download Cereal Buddies on iTunes and Amazon. And all of the money from Cereal Buddies goes back into AFTERBUZZ so we can keep giving you these free and amazing podcasts. And Cereal Buddies is really cool. It is a indie comedy killer movie starring Beth Bears from Two Broke Girls, Kathy Lee Gifford, Maria Menounos, Artie Lang. And it's hilarious, and it's like $4 or $5. Everybody has $4 or $5. If you don't, charge it.
Stop smoking for a day.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Stop buying munchies food. That's me? Okay,
That's me.
whatever.
I love snacks.
Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, cerealbuddies.com, spelled like the killer or the breakfast. And you will find a link to it. You can do it both ways. God, everybody's so wholesome. So we got to talk about this brunch. It's kind of like a mom's episode, which I actually really enjoyed seeing because we've got Lacey's mom, we've got Joe's mom, we've got Danny's mom.
Can we go?
And
Can we go before the brunch and just do a little bit of the setup for it first, just to throw out what's going on?
Yeah, that's what we're about to do.
Okay. So first of all, this episode makes us hate Kyle.
Again.
Kyle
Yeah.
Masterson,
As always.
total dick cop. Totally.
For real though.
No, seriously, like not even like real talk, Jason
Yeah,
Ikeler.
real-
Character.
He's a straight dick cop.
Doing that.
The character, not the
Look,
person.
you only got one
exactly.
shot. Do not miss
But that means
your
he's a good
shot.
actor.
Yeah. Great actor.
So we see Joe goes in and tells him that Archie's alibi was false, and he's like, "Oh, I don't care, blah blah blah, get out of here." That's cute. Bye.
Well, and that's your daughter too. Like,
Yeah.
They never
Listen
believe
to her.
kids.
Yeah.
They never
Yeah.
do.
So that's done, and then we see Tess invites Karen to the brunch at an awkward meat section conversation at the grocery store.
yeah.
There was a lot of meat.
And there was a lot of people listening in on their conversation.
I know. Well, because everybody looks at Karen whenever she steps out in public, like, "Ooh, your son's a killer."
Can they get over it? How long
Yeah.
has this been now? Like,
Not that long.
Well, get over it.
But don't you think, like, the whole time that he was in jail that they would have done this too? Like, stared at her? Or is this just
I
something new that he's
know.
back? I mean,
Well,
it's
I think-
weird.
I
It's
think
because
that.
Regina's dead.
Oh, okay.
No, it is, but it's because he
Thank
was a
you.
kid when he did it the first time, which is a little more justifiable. But then he gets out of jail and they think he killed somebody else. So then it's like scary because he could be a serial killer.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. I see.
You killed someone, but you're a kid.
You're a kid.
So
Fine.
Karen shows up to this brunch, and at the same time, Regina's mom is there. So it's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, she didn't know that Regina's mom was gonna be there.
Which as soon as they walked in, I'm like, oh God. But then you see Regina's mom go up to her at first and greet her, and it's like, oh.
cold.
But it's like it's like
It
a
was so
nice like
fake,
bitchy
though.
cold, and I just thought that was gonna be it, and they go their separate ways. But while Joe's mom and Lacey's mom, which I cannot for the life of me remember their names.
Judy and
Tess.
Well, Judy
Tess.
and Tess are chatting away. That's when Regina's mom really goes hard on Karen, and she's like, "Your
Karen asked
son."
for it. She went up to her.
She throws some shade.
She went up too.
She says some
I
pretty
don't
harsh
think
words.
Karen had any clue that was coming.
Yeah, I
though.
don't think she-
That
I
totally caught her
yeah.
off guard.
Why would you go up to someone's? Your son has been. It said that he killed her daughter. Why would you go up to her? She
But
went
if
up
you
to
know
her.
your son really didn't kill her daughter,
Exactly.
it's
I
like
think she doesn't get
it's
it.
like I
don't
feel like
know.
avoiding would almost make it seem like, oh, sorry, my son
was-
killed
Yeah,
your daughter.
exactly. I think the same thing.
She was like, "I'm sorry for your loss. Don't say that to me. If my daughter's dead,
Yeah.
and I think it's your son. You don't go up to someone. Come on." She
Yeah, I
asked
mean
for
it was not that smart to go up to her, but at the same time,
Well, I thought after their introduction though, it was kind of okay.
I
'Cause
thought
they
after the
didn't say- they
introduction
didn't
she would be like,
exchange any
"Avoid
harsh
this
I would
bitch."
words.
avoid her.
Yeah,
That was
like,
a cold introduction.
Let's stay away from this woman because she hates me.
But don't you think she kind of seeks out drama?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's exactly
she,
what
like-
it is.
Absolutely.
As much as she was like scared, she kind of thrives on it. You know?
Look how you're right, because she is kind of playing the victim and getting Tess on her side now and
Yeah.
getting Judy on her side now. She's slowly gathering up her minions again, as she used to be like at the head honcho. And now, as soon as Miss What's-Her-Face, Miss
Crane.
Crane,
Miss
finds
Crane.
out that Danny didn't kill her daughter, Miss Crane's going to go down in a ball of fire.
Yeah.
Because
well,
Danny's
I know,
gonna
and
light her on fire.
she says like it's gonna be my mission to make sure your son is in jail forever, and it's like, Calm down.
Jeez, I didn't even know
Your
he did
daughter's
it.
already dead. It's not like you can get her back.
Oh, stop. Be sensitive. We do not support
Hey,
death
just-
or killing.
Just because my son is a murderer doesn't mean I'm a murderer. Just because your daughter's dead doesn't mean I treat you like you're any less alive.
I did feel bad after
we know
that.
you love Karen, okay?
I felt bad for Tess because she was trying to reach out and do the right thing, and then it almost made her, which I was shocked that Karen didn't blame Tess, like, oh, you invited me for this to happen, but Karen was strangely okay with it.
Do you think Tessa's being genuine in this, or is she trying to figure out something? Do you think...
I think she's
I was-
kind of a little embarrassed
'Cause it's
still
a
from
lot.
the dinner. And so I think
See,
she's
that's
kind of
what-
trying to make good still and just kind of getting her good graces again.
I was hesitant because I wasn't sure either way.
Yeah, she's doing a lot. It's
Yeah,
a lot.
like she's
Showing up at her
trying really
house.
hard.
Coming up to just a lot.
I think she is trying to be genuine because otherwise the conversation between her and Kyle, where she's like, oh, I invited Karen to the brunch. And otherwise it would have been like, I got Karen at the brunch. She's not going to be
That's
there
true.
from until 2. It was more like Kyle was being his usual dick cop self. So when's she going to be home from that?
I feel
2.
like it's a little bit also based on her relationship with Joe, and she doesn't want her daughter to think that both of her parents are out together. So it's almost like a, hey, look I'm being friends with the killer's mom too. Like we're all in this together.
His name is Danny. I mean,
Oh yeah, I wanted to
I mean, Danny.
He's not the
About
killer
the-
yet.
about the soccer team. I didn't point that out. The only one who didn't call him killer, psycho, or whatever was the coach. Called him Danny, whatever. And then Tom Cruise called him Desai at the
Yeah.
diner.
Yep.
One, I think now that I think he's gonna maybe not become popular, but he's gonna get more friends from
Yeah.
joining the soccer team. So then maybe his alibi will be less
you think?
guilty. I don't know. If he's got more people on his team, I think obviously this town is run by people who have false views of people.
I'm gonna throw out a prediction here. I think somebody else is gonna die in the next 2 episodes. Probably 2 episodes from now.
Who do we want to die?
Well, we all want Serena to die, but who I think will, or maybe
Or
I think
hopefully Regina's mom.
I think Kyle might die in the finale.
Cow.
Kyle,
Oh,
the cop.
you let
That would be
trick
interesting.
go.
No, just because looking at the storyline, like he's the only one who really has it out for Danny, and at the end of the
See,
season, if he died, that would open the door for next season.
No, see, I think if anyone died from that family, it would
Yeah.
be the mom.
Oh no, I like her character.
I do too.
She's sweet.
But I don't think they'll kill off anyone in that family.
No.
no.
Maybe
No.
Rico.
They can't
what
kill
is wrong with
Rico.
you?
No, I love Rico, but they've got to. You're right. Somebody's gonna die.
They're gonna
Well
fist bump
done.
him to death.
Oh, poor guy.
Wow.
So she gets home, and she's home when Kyle gets there because she didn't stay till 2 because that was when the brunch ended, and she didn't really want to be there with Miss Crane.
Gloria.
No, which I don't know why. And then Kyle shows up. That was a joke. Kyle shows up to the house with a search warrant.
He's
To
such a
find-
cocky.
Well, and you even
Cop.
see him in the office before, and he's like, what did they say?
Well, Paula, I think it was Paula,
Yeah.
right? Was like, well, you know, the search warrant's based on like circumstantial evidence. Like you have nothing, and he's like, oh, but I'll get it. And then later in the episode, we hear somebody say something like, you can only get kind of this kind of search warrant if you're like sleeping with a judge or something.
I think we can do it.
Twisted.
Still not gonna do that.
What?
But I wonder too because I think something's gonna come up with Kyle being a bad cop. You know what I mean? He's gonna get busted for something. Because even when he said like, "Oh, hungry, you're gonna be gone till 2," I thought he was gonna go snooping around in the house.
I
I
did too.
don't think he's purposely being a bad cop. I think he's just so gun-ho on trying to make Danny the suspect because he wants Danny away from his daughter because he's killed someone, that he's just
But
throwing
also,
things.
he's really bad at his job because they couldn't even find the necklace.
He's not a crooked cop, though. I think he's just making bad choices.
Yeah, but I mean that's still crooked to be breaking the law if you're a cop, even if your intentions are right. He's not Robin Hood.
We haven't seen much in the plus side from the police county department for this show.
No.
I mean, filling out that death certificate, you know, the report on her body being found. There's lots of mistakes being made left
Which
and
we got a
right.
lot of YouTube
And the
comments for that.
necklace.
And I think the general consensus was we overanalyzed that.
I think you can general consensus away from me.
But thank you for your comments. We blame Stephen.
we do. He is our resident.
I will pause on every single report of anything important for the fans, and if they don't like it, then
Okay,
they're
don't
not fans.
let him finish that, okay, guys?
Then I guess I'm just
Then
wasting my
watch for
time.
the rest of us.
Yes.
Please. We care.
So we find out that the police obviously doesn't find the necklace, and Karen finds it under the cushion of the chair that Danny's dad always sat in.
Under the cup holder.
cup holder,
Which
yeah.
we didn't talk about how she kept having flashbacks, like 3 times
Of that chair.
of that chair and the father and
She
the
hates the
memories.
chair.
They all hate the chair. They,
keep-
wanted to get rid of the
They
chair.
keep calling it a crap
Smart.
chair, and it's a nice chair.
Yeah, but
That's
do you think
nice.
it has something to do with the aunt or something to do with the
The
dad?
I
foreshadowing.
think it was the dad's.
Okay.
Because it was the dad's chair that he always sat in, watched the games, and drank his beer.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull a Steven. They did the foreshadowing a lot, and that's why the necklace was in the chair. Now I get it. I was like, why do they keep talking about this chair? And it's because the necklace was in it.
I'm just, during watching the show, I'm just calling out things. I'm like, oh, this is about to happen.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be in the chair.
What do you think Karen's gonna do with the necklace?
Wear it.
No, for real, for real, for
She
real.
cannot do that.
I think she's gonna confront Danny. She's
Yeah.
gonna be like, what is this? Because she probably has no idea. Wasn't she our lead suspect at first? And now it's like,
The
It's like
previews-
literally everyone you think could have done it now.
The previews are making us think that she's going to suspect Danny and want to look into it herself to know whether he's lying or
See,
not.
but I could also see her like getting rid of the necklace just to protect him, because I think she would protect him even if he was guilty.
She should plant it on Miss Crane.
Miss Crane didn't kill her own daughter.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Be quiet, Steven.
You don't, though. You
Oh my
can't
God.
say with 100% certainty that she didn't.
She didn't. I'll say it 100%.
Thank
Okay.
you. The contempt.
It would be a
So
little
next
bit too...
week, let's talk about the teaser for next week because it's gonna get juicy.
I'm
It's gonna
getting
be
what I asked for.
exciting.
Also, I would like to give us credit because
You always like to give yourself credit.
Heather and I said that Joe and Danny have a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all didn't agree.
I said that Lacey and Danny were gonna kiss, so I
yeah,
like to
okay.
get
But then, did you see Joe's face? Because she was jealous.
I still don't think they kiss.
They kiss.
Lacey and Danny.
They have
that
to.
Was,
It
They
was
showed the
so
kiss.
No.
close.
how do you not see a kiss from that? Like he
Because-
grabbed her head.
Because they are at this angle. I'm going to do it to the camera. This is their head, the tips of my fingers. It showed them going like this, but you can't tell if they're going like that or that.
Whoa, okay, then he just.
They were going for a hug,
Either
a
way, it was
passionate hug.
How do you hug people? I don't know. How
This
do you
show
hug people?
constantly teases us. They got this close to a kiss, and then she's like, "Oh, by the way, did you buy steaks?" Like, I mean, they cut it away. No, but they seriously like it goes from a completely unrelated topic to,
Yeah, that was weird.
and then it's
the
gone
first-
again.
But it's
Attempt.
prom.
It's prom.
And Joe's
magic
face
happens
was
at prom.
so
Yeah.
just stunned at what was happening.
I
So
know.
something had to have
And
happened.
either
in
way-
that
from a
movie.
either
different
way-
scene.
It could be
Hey,
good
either
editing.
way, we're right because Joe is jealous.
Oh my
Exactly.
God, there's no
So
right or
just saying.
wrong, guys. We're a team.
There's no right or wrong. This is Twisted. Let's get
There's
into
no I in
some
team.
predictions.
Some twisted predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ
I didn't do it.
TV
I didn't do it.
predictions.
We have one more.
No,
We did
you
three.
said
I
Stop.
always keep a spare.
Who
in
wants
my
to
back
predict
pocket.
first? Heather.
Okay, well, I'm obviously going to predict that they do kiss.
Yes.
And that Joe gets very jealous. That wasn't just good editing. That it really does happen. And I'm going to predict also that Karen is going to confront Danny about the necklace and start doing her little research on how he got the necklace again.
Okay. I like that.
I'm going to predict that it's going to be a hot and steamy episode filled with lots of shower scenes. No, I'm just kidding. No shower scenes. What? I don't know. It's my
They're
mind.
only
It's
in
not
high
right.
school.
I just want to see that go down, the kissing. So I'm
Okay.
going to predict that it's going to happen. Please, Stephen, do not.
I know, Steven.
Do not say it's not going to happen. I'm going to get angry.
I think she's going to be coming towards him, and his palms are going to be sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy.
Oh my God.
No more.
Stop it.
Okay, let me predict then. I think that because Lacey finds out about Archie when she watches this DVD, that's going to draw her to Danny. And that's what's going to bring them together. And I also think Karen's going to destroy the necklace.
No, I don't think she is.
No, she's not going to destroy it. All right, so my predictions, my serious predictions this time.
We just now.
It was like,
Okay.
Boom.
no, okay, so they're not going to kiss. It's editing. They're just making it look like they're going to kiss. They're not going to kiss. I think that Joe's going to find out something about her dad, which gives her that face. Like she's going to find out that he did something to the. She's going to find out about the search warrant because she doesn't know about it yet. And I think Karen's going to go into Danny's background again, like seeing what a sociopath is, and then find out some truths about someone else. And then she'll talk to Danny about the necklace.
Huh.
But I don't think she'll destroy the necklace. Really?
Well,
Gonna cut me
guys,
out? No.
we want to remind you that you can check us out on iTunes, search for AfterBuzz TV, and download the Twisted podcast. Rate and subscribe and comment. We love all your comments. Where can they find all of you guys?
Hit me up on Twitter at Lina Green or on Instagram at Lina Green as well.
You can find me on Twitter at STEPHENLEMIEUX, or if you don't want to spell words, just Stephen Lemieux. And on Instagram at SR Lemieux, also doing the Graceland, Dexter, and Get Out Alive with Bear Grylls after show here at AfterBuzz TV, as well as sitting across from the table from Jason Ikeler and Heather Joy for the Twisted After.
Oh, hey.
Hey. All right, everyone, you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram, both at Heather Joy Smith.
And I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Vine at Jason Ikeler. And we will all be in here next Wednesday for another Twisted After Show.
But our prom clothes on.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun.
And I'm next to Lina Green,
Okay,
because that's
bye.
Twisted!
Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
I didn't.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth.